Luke, many congratulations. Another 3 points, a fourth win on the spin. Tell me what pleased you most about it.
Well, I think the opposition were fantastic. We wasn't surprised, but we were struggling at the beginning of the game, and I thought that the way the players calm, we changed twice because they were causing us so many problems, and then I thought the players adapted to it so well. They concentrated so well, and then I think probably from the midpoint of the first half through to the rest of the game, really so aggressive, won the ball back so quickly, lots and lots of box entries, real concentration and aggression. So I think for me that was the most pleasing, that the opposition were so tough and we managed to get to grips with it.
How much does it please you that the players are adaptable enough to be able to do that midway through a game?
Yeah, I'm so grateful to the players because we change in training to practice the different scenarios, and we change the players, and they compete against each other every day. And so I'm grateful for how well they take on, the ideas. The opposition had a brilliant game plan, and if we wasn't able to change, the game would have got away from us.
They were a real counter-attacking team. They looked really dangerous on the counter-attack at time. But credit to your defenders, I guess, in the sense, like Bertrami comes in, midfield masterclass last time we saw him play here, but slots into the middle of the defence. How much credit does the defence need for being able to shut them down, because they're a handful?
Absolutely, because if you switch off for a moment, like you say, they're going to go and make a chance, or they're going to score. But the guys were really focused and really concentrate, moved the line in coordination. Then to see Connell come on after such a long time out, he came on. That's exhausting, the adrenaline and that. But he concentrate, made some really, really big actions. So the back line was fantastic again.
You get your goals in the early part of the second half with a couple of goal scorers. Do you always have faith that if you keep doing what you're doing and doing it right with goal scorers like that, you'll eventually get your breakthrough?
Yeah, I think it's hard to consistently defend when Aaron is crossing the ball a lot, when Chicks is crossing the ball a lot, when Ruben is running at you and making the passes through and so on. I think it's difficult to keep concentrating all the time. You get tired, you have fatigue. And with these guys, they never ever switch off inside the box. With Kedmin, Cairo, and of course with Maka, they never switch off. So we know if we build up well and we go really aggressively with quality to the box, we have a great chance for them to score. I think at some point Ruben is going to make his way through and he's going to score. I know, I've got no doubt, but there's a lot of threats there, and I think it's difficult to continue to concentrate for 90 minutes and keep these guys out.
And one of the things that we marvelled about, along with the volume of the crosses and the shots and the attacks and the dribbles, is how diligently and how hard your players are working out of possession, particularly close to their penalty area as well. It almost makes it like it's an irrepressible suffocation of, I know it's a bit fancy on all that sort of stuff, I must have swallowed a dictionary, but do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and I can't be more grateful to the players, because that is tough. Every day we train to try to, to be near the goal and recover the ball so quickly, and it's so difficult. But I'm so grateful to the players, because I know how hard and how much they have to concentrate, and I'm shouting at them all the time on that. But they're fantastic, and they got the result they deserve.
You've been very humble in all of that, and you keep saying, well, I'm grateful to the players, but you're developing a bit of a name for yourself here as well. I think this is now 8th game unbeaten to start the league campaign. It's the first time they've managed to do that since 1975. So yourself and your coaching staff, huge credit to yourself as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the staff are amazing. That's true. But we can't achieve anything we want to achieve without the players. And being a player is difficult because you're competing against your friends every day. Everyone wants to play, and then when the guys are on the pitch, they make the standard so high that the next guy either doesn't get a chance, or when he does come in, he knows, I have to play to that level. So really, without the players, we work so hard, but we won't get any big rewards. I've been in that situation as a coach and staff before, and manager, but these guys are proving that they can do the business on the pitch.
Macaulay Langstaff gets his 10th goal of the season already. Richard Brinley had to hobble off at one point. Is that serious?
Yeah, I think Bryn slipped here in front of the dugout. I think maybe something, I'm not an expert, but I think something went into spasm. He tried to keep going, but eventually was just too painful and restricting his movement. He's a warrior, so he wanted to play on, but we have to wait for it to calm down and see what how severe it is.
Aidan Baldwin and Sam Austin up in the stands picked up little injuries.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aidan picked up an injury in training, and so did Sam. We think that we're on top of both of the injuries, and we hope we can get them back sooner rather than later, but it's a bit early to tell exactly when.
Kevin Castro made his debut as well, and he's a player that you've just brought into the football club. What does he bring you?
Well, I think you can see, like, he'll take the ball in tight areas, can play, combine with players in the small areas. Then I think he had a chance to show, he can run and he's powerful, and he recovered the ball to stop a counter attack and tried to be in the box. Didn't quite fall for him, but he was there all the time. So I hope he can, understand how we play more and more, and make a big contribution.
Just finally, this has been quite a unique week for all of us here in the UK, and sombre week as well. Before the game, everybody gathered to impeccably observe that minute's silence. How did you find the atmosphere here this evening, and coping with the players dealing with those sort of emotions?
I think that the beginning of the game was like the guys really tense because they were in the flow to play on Saturday, and then of course when it's cut, then you have like nervous energy builds up. When you play so quickly, you just roll into the next game. So I think that the early stage, one or two passes that I didn't expect to go for the boys to turn over. One or two actions where we weren't in the position to defend the counter attack, and we looked a little bit not ourselves. And I think that maybe is a hangover from preparing so much, and then the game at the last minute is off. But of course we understood, and the atmosphere here I thought was incredible, and we have to go and go to the box and really aggressive, and then of course the fans will join in the party, you know what I mean? But we have to do that first.